So my question is, why not?
With the last words on my lips, that I am a revolutionary.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Superior, and thanks for watching Superior Thinking. Go ahead, subscribe to the YouTube channel and comment down below if you want to continue the conversation. And today we're here to talk about Mr. Eric Adams, once again, the New York mayor who is making a lot of changes, and once again he is back in the news because he is supporting a bill that will essentially allow 800,000 non-citizens who live in New York for at least 30 days to vote in the small minor elections such as the mayor of New York City. And of course he is having a lot of backlash with that because a lot of people have their own opinions on who's Americans and who's not Americans, and why should we allow these people who are not Americans to vote in anything. And here is a video of him defending that.
800,000 legal non-citizens to vote in local elections, provided that they've lived in New York for at least 30 days. You previously called the bill problematic and expressed concern about giving a right to vote to non-citizens who have only been here for a short amount of time. I think there are a lot of Americans watching right now who might share your concerns and also have more broadly questions about the idea of people who have not taken a citizenship test, prepared for that test by learning about the U.S., who haven't sworn an oath to the country, getting to vote. Why did you change your mind, and why is it acceptable for non-citizens to vote in an American election?
No, I did not change my mind. I supported the concept of the bill. The one aspect of that I had a problem with, and I thought was problematic, was the 30-day part of being in the country for 30 days was the place that I had questions. And I sat down with my colleagues. I'm a big believer in conversation. We have to start talking to each other and not at each other. And after hearing their rationale and their theories behind it, I thought it was more important to not veto the bill or get in the way at all and allow the bill to move forward. In New York City, just Brooklyn, for example, 47% of Brooklynites speak a language other than English at home when I was the borough president. And so I think it's imperative that people who are in a local municipality have the right to decide who's going to govern them. And I support the overall concept of that bill.
Now, to me, I do like this idea. I do support this because in my simple, humblest opinion, anyone who pay taxes and contribute to society in a positive way, of course, you're going to have some that don't, you're going to have some that do, but mostly people do contribute positively in their city, in their country. And if they contribute to the economy, which is probably a very essential thing in America, that should make you at least able to vote. You know what I'm saying? If we can take their money, if we can, kind of dictate what we do with their money, why can't they kind of dictate on who is running the place? You know what I'm saying? To me, that's really simple logic. And a lot of people are just assuming if this bill does go through, that 800,000 people are going to automatically vote Democrat. One, you still got to earn these people's votes. That's not an automatic 800,000 plus votes. You know what I'm saying? You still got to earn it. And with Republicans, instead of worrying about gerrymandering and trying to screw over people from voting, maybe they should try to do what Eric Adams is doing and earn people's votes by doing things for them. You know what I'm saying? Because if I was a non-citizen and someone in Colorado allowed me to vote, that's going to be a green check mark for them. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to be the only reason why I vote for them. But if they're providing for me, which should be any American voter, I'm going to vote for that person because you're making my living situation better. And with voting, that's a big part of democracy. You know what I'm saying? So instead of pushing back on this, Republicans should be countering something that's even better. So if 800,000 people are eligible to vote, they can kind of look at and see who is benefiting them better instead of trying to take away people's voting rights and make it harder for people to vote and messing up the voting districts. Instead of doing that, focus on the voter. And one last thing, the dude who was, I think his name is Jake Tapper, the dude who was interviewing Eric Adams, he said something that kind of threw me off for a second. He said, we should, make sure they do the citizens test because a lot of these people don't know this, that, and the third. It's like, do you know who your viewers are? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to guess, and this is not, didn't do any research, but if I just had to guess, about 70-80% of people who vote don't know anything about politics. They don't know anything about the branches of government. They don't know anything about legislation. They don't know anything about their own history, American history. So don't give me any of that they need to study up on this, because if anything, people who come from other countries to America have a little bit more knowledge than we do growing up. You know what I'm saying? Me being the age I am, 34 years old, I still have to do research on the past and even current things that are happening. You know what I'm saying? So if you had to give everybody a test, I'm pretty sure about 70-80% of Americans will fail. But what is really simple to people is their money and their living situation. If these politicians are providing a clear-cut message that will impact people's living situations and their money, they will understand that. You don't have to do this whole, big word jargon and this and legislation and da-da-da. No, cut all that. People understand when they're trying, when people are trying to help them. And that's the reason why they're in office, is to help the American people. So of course, like I say, if you are paying taxes and you are contributing to America in a positive way, you should be able to vote.